What if a railway built more than a century ago could become the solution to one of the world's biggest trade challenges? As tensions continue to rise around the Strait of Hormuz, a historic project is making headlines once again. Saudi Arabia and Turkey have signed a major agreement to revive the legendary Hejaz Railway, a rail network stretching nearly 1,900 kilometers across the Middle East. And experts believe this could become a game-changer for global trade. But why is this railway so important? To understand that, we first need to look at the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway is one of the most important shipping routes on Earth. Around a fifth of the world's oil passes through it. Whenever tensions rise in the region, markets become nervous, oil prices jump, and global trade faces uncertainty. That's where the Hejaz Railway comes in. The revived railway would connect Turkey, Syria, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia through a modern rail corridor. Future plans even include extending it toward Oman and the Indian Ocean. If completed, goods could travel between the Gulf region and Europe through land routes instead of relying entirely on sea lanes like the Strait of Hormuz or the Suez Canal. In simple terms, it would create an alternative trade highway across the Middle East. But this isn't a new idea. The Hejaz Railway was originally launched in 1900 by Ottoman Sultan Abdul Hamid II. Its purpose was to help Muslim pilgrims travel to the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. When the railway became operational in 1908, a journey that once took around 40 days was reduced to only 5 days. It was considered one of the greatest engineering achievements of its time. However, during World War I, large parts of the railway were destroyed, and the project gradually disappeared from history. Now, more than 100 years later, the railway is getting a second chance. Turkey hopes to strengthen its role as a bridge between Europe and the Gulf. Saudi Arabia sees the project as part of its broader vision to expand trade, logistics, and regional connectivity. As famous philosopher Francis Bacon once said, "Knowledge itself is power." Today, nations understand that control of trade routes is also a form of power. The countries that connect markets often gain influence, investment, and strategic advantages. Of course, challenges remain. The railway would require huge investments, political cooperation, and long-term regional stability. But if successful, it could reshape trade patterns across the Middle East and reduce dependence on vulnerable maritime choke points. So the big question is, can this 125-year-old railway rewrite the future of Middle Eastern trade? And could the Hejaz Railway become the region's next great economic corridor? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more global geopolitics and infrastructure stories.